Finally, after owning this Tacoma for about a year, I'm getting around to doing some real modifications to it. Everyone wants to do a suspension lift first. I cannot really afford a real suspension upgrade from the Fox TRD Pro Suspension, so I decided to go with the Westcott Designs Preload lift kit for the Fox TRD suspension. So in this video, I'm going to tackle kind of what that kit is, give you an overview, what kind of tires it can fit, and also the ride quality before and afterwards. This kit is a leveling kit designed to give you 1.5 inches in the front and 1 inch in the rear. Supposedly can fit up to 33-inch tires with no cab mount chop. However, I do have my Total Chaos CMC plates just in case. Also mentioned on their website was you don't need to change your upper control arms because this does not change any of the geometry of the stock Fox suspension. But I do have Dirt King UCAs coming tomorrow that will go on as well with this lift kit. Let's get into what's included. Comes in a sweet American flag box. Everything's made in Arizona. Open it up. You have your preload collars. These will go underneath your springs. Here we have your shims, your rear blocks. If we take this out, we got all the hardware that'll go into the lift, U-bolts, nuts, washers, all that good stuff. Let's take a quick look at the front and see what parts we'll be swapping out. Your preload lift collar will replace this black piece right here. Your shims will go up here underneath the shock mount. And again, as mentioned on their website, it says you do not need to change your UCAs because the geometry will not change, but I suggest change your UCAs if you're doing any kind of lift on your Tacoma. The website claims you can fit 33-inch tires on this with no cab mount chop and hopefully no rubbing. We're going to see about that. I'm going from the stock wheels 265/70s Falcon Wild Peak AT4Ws to these Toyo Open Country AT3s 285/70/17s.
2 weeks later.
So I've had this kit on for roughly 2 weeks now. I put about 300 highway miles on it and a little bit of off-roading. Westcott claims it doesn't change the performance at all from the factory Fox suspension, and I can honestly agree that I don't really think it does. If anything, it made my ride a little bit better. Now my factory Fox suspension also had about 100,000 miles on it, so maybe this kit was just kind of a refresh for it. It feels really good on and off-road. Like I said, 300 highway miles, had no issues, felt great. Westcott also claims you can fit a 33-inch tire with no cab mount chop, and that's probably true in most circumstances, but I am getting some rubbing in the front. Now I put on a 285/70/17, but my wheel offset is a -18, which I know can cause some rubbing issues. I already started cutting some plastic, and I have my Total Chaos CMC plates anyways. I can always adjust the caster on my UCAs, so I'm hoping that issue doesn't persist, especially if I do some heavy off-roading. Let's take a look at the suspension, how it sits now. You can obviously see this piece is much thicker than the stock piece. You can see the shim up here and obviously the Dirt King UCAs. Lastly, I took some measurements before and after I installed the kit. They'll be over here showing the height that I gained. Now, this is also skewed from what they said, 1.5 in the front to 1 inch in the rear. I got quite a bit more than that, but again, I also put a lot bigger tires on, so that's probably where my result lies. Overall, I think it's a great budget kit. I would love to splurge on a King suspension system one day. I just can't right now. And I think they also make this kit for the 4Runner and the Tundra, and also the other trim levels of the off-road, the 4x4, and the SR5. Westcott Designs, made right here in the US. Go check them out.